Happy Tuesday, YouTube. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Tonight we are discussing an issue to do with Monica Lewinsky, a name and a face from the past. I was a teenager back with that whole, what was it exactly? I did not have sex with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. So I have a vague recollection being a teenager. My brain's still developing. But the article linked in the description, Monica Lewinsky has written an article for Vanity Fair lashing out at feminists, saying that they let her down. This time I'm going to go the other way around the room and begin with you, James, who has literally just read this article. So, James, your take on this.
Yes. Going beyond Monica Lewinsky and this individual issue, this all boils down to the fundamental disagreements between us, Alex, which we were discussing yesterday. The fact that people can't really define feminism. What is it? What is its goals? Who exactly is a feminist? Who speaks for feminism? It's like Islam, for example, or Christianity. How do you define a Muslim or a Christian beyond the most basic dictionary definition, which tells you absolutely nothing about the person or the individual beliefs, the groups, the sects, the offshoots, the movements? So, for those people who haven't read the article, basically, Monica Lewinsky's position is that I was a woman, I was being attacked for having sex, therefore feminism should support me, should have defended me, because I was a woman. To which this person who also... Monica no longer identifies herself as a feminist with a capital F because she feels that the feminist leaders betrayed her by not defending her. The writer of this article herself...
Kimberly A. Johnson.
Kimberly A. Johnson, herself a feminist, says, "No, Monica, you chose to have an extramarital affair with the leader of the free world, the President of the United States. It was your choice, and feminism was under no obligation, and frankly, you pissed a lot of married women off." As you mentioned during the recording break, Alex, when we were all getting up to speed with this article, Kimberly, is that her name? Kimberly A. Johnson. She discusses marriage and the sanctity of marriage a lot. She never actually uses the term sanctity of marriage, but that is the position from which she is coming. She, I don't know if she's been cheated on herself, but that is the position that, bitch, you don't fuck a married man and expect women to run to your defence. However, again, moving beyond this individual issue, a feminist or a group of feminists write articles declaring that men are evil, raping, child-murdering scum. Does that represent all feminists? Another example I was discussing with my friend Kim over Skype a couple of days ago, excuse me. The musician Lorde, I think she's Australian or from New Zealand. She's a teenager, but she looks like she's in her 30s. Her most famous song is "It's All About Da 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 Da, Shoot Me in the Head, Please." God, this pisses me off. But she is a feminist herself. She made a statement which was interpreted as an attack on another female musician, to which the other female musician's response was, "How can you call yourself a feminist and attack women?" This brings us back to the Monica Lewinsky article, this idea which exists amongst some people, that feminism is defending women, it is the sisterhood. No matter this is how the MRAs perceive it as well. The anti-feminists. Oh, it's women insisting that all men are bastards and never doing anything to attack each other, and insisting that we should always believe a woman in court, etc., etc., etc. But no, there are feminists who disagree. Monica herself believes that feminists should defend people like her who have committed extramarital affairs and are attacked for it. Feminists like Kimberly A. Johnson believe that marriage is sacred and bitch, you don't fuck around with another woman's husband. Some feminists believe that all pornography and prostitution is rape. Other feminists are sex workers' rights advocates. Some are getting into bed with the Christian right. Others oppose it to the death. The term, as I say, the term feminism itself, like Muslim, is now so vast and all-encompassing that it's pretty much meaningless. Or there was just this one final point, and then I'll let other people speak. Finally, but there was a TV show in the 1990s called My So-Called Life. The main protagonist had a younger sister called Danielle. The protagonist was about 15, younger sister was 8. Just one part of one episode. She was going around singing this same chant over and over again, driving her sister nuts. The chant ended, boys have the muscle, boys have the brain, but girls have the sexy legs, but they win the game. Shut up, Danielle. You've been singing that same stupid, sexist chant over and over all day. It's not sexist. The girls win.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Wow.
But that is a perfect microcosm of how people's views of gender issues, feminism, men's rights, etc., can be so completely warped. I'm watching this clip recently on the internet. I first saw it when I was a teenager, now seeing it again on YouTube. And yes, and having argued with so many radical feminists, MRAs, etc., this is how some people do perceive feminism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Gunderson, obviously, you're younger than I am, so I don't think you were even born when all this shit went down.
I was. It was in the late 90s.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, late 90s.
Okay, so I would have been like an infant when this happened.
Okay,
so I don't remember it. Especially I'm also in a different country.
Well, there's that too. Yes. Did you read the whole article?
I skimmed through it, yes.
Okie dokie. So, what are your thoughts on the issue, and B, do you have any reaction to anything that James said?
What do I have to say? I guess... Well, I mean, I don't like how they say that they're describing, I guess, women as a group rather than as a collective of individuals. So, of course, not all, expecting...
As a homogenous group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, sorry, go
on. Describing, when it says expecting women to have your back. I mean, Of course, some aren't and some are, regardless of, with anything like this. So that kind of annoyed me, especially coming from a feminist, whom I kind of expect to know better. But also, I mostly agree with what James said about, sex within groups, be they religious or ideological or whatever. And Also, I know. I guess I don't really. I mean, I don't personally give a shit that much about like cheating and stuff like that. But the thing is, most people do give a shit about things like that. And considering that, I'm guessing from what the article that Monica Lewinsky was the one who came on to Bill.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
I mean, we'll never know, but yeah, it's. I think the implication. I think she herself has implied that she wasn't
if that's the
coerced.
If that's the case, then it seems like, yeah, I don't see what obligation feminists have to defend her when it was her fault. Well, I mean, sorry, it takes two to tango, so it was. But she initiated it.
It was between consenting adults, to use the American term.
Mm-hmm. Okay, anything to add? Okay, I'll move on to D.
Yeah, I mean, I'd echo quite a bit of what both Gunderson and James have just said. Yeah, I do have this issue that the idea that all feminists are going to band together and support any woman in any situation is just ridiculous. Because I know this idea, if you don't, you're throwing us under the bus. Well, hang on, if you're doing something that doesn't fit, then why are we going to protect you? I also have other issues in that, and I think Kimberly also mentions this in her article, is that she had this dress.
Yeah.
And she, to the best of my memory, it was Monica who actually revealed this affair that had happened and produced this dress and said, "Here's some sperm. It's been in my wardrobe for, I can't remember if it was 2 years or 4 years, however many years, but it'd been in there for some time," which makes me kind of.
By that point.
Well, it also makes me a little. I don't really know I can't remember the actual ins and outs, but I know she produced a dress and claimed, this is sperm from him on my dress, proof that we had an affair. That within itself makes me feel a little suspicious as well. What was going on? Now, I have a big issue with the media and the way they go after people. But having said that, I mean, Monica was a young intern. I mean, the fact, again, a lot of these things are in the article, which I agree quite a lot with the article of the woman who wrote it. It's like, well, if it hadn't been for feminists, chances are Monica never would have got the job to be this young intern in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Secondly, why should feminists be on the side of someone who has, for all intents purpose, betrayed another woman by having an affair with her husband? Why had she kept this dress? Why did she reveal the affair to the press? And she obviously wasn't. I assume she wasn't stupid. I assume she didn't just get there on looks alone. I'm fairly sure that's the case.
Yeah.
If I did something like that, I would be expecting a backlash. I mean, do you know what I mean? I'm a little puzzled. Monica's behaviour is a little strange, in my opinion.
A little keeping a spunk stain.
Yeah, it's kind of like, and then I don't know. It's all. And I think she also. I mean, I think I scanned down earlier. I think one of the comments somebody made was, "Well, it's not fair because Monica was vilified and Clinton got away with it." Actually, it didn't. It wrecked his chances for the next term.
Oh no, he did actually get the second term.
Oh, he did. I know
that was his second term, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was his second term. So the point was it didn't wreck anything for him.
Oh right, I see. I thought they only get 2 terms over there, don't they?
It still wasn't very good PR for him.
No, it wasn't good PR for him.
It wasn't. No, actually, his approval ratings went up, not down.
Oh right.
Really?
Well,
yes.
Wow.
Exactly.
It certainly highlights the double standards then, but.
Yes, the Monica Lewinsky scandal didn't harm Clinton at all in any way, shape, form or fashion. The neoconservatives who have now taken over the Republican Party, Bill Clinton's enemies, that made rivals and opponents in the 1990s, the people who would later get George W. Bush into power. They were the ones who created this massive rumour mill against Clinton. They were the ones who brought Monica Lewinsky to the fore, spread the lies and rumours that the Clintons, both Bill and Hillary, were involved in drug dealing, that they were in real estate fraud, that they had something to do with the death of one of their political advisors. Basically, everything that you see the Tea Party and the Republicans, the neoconservatives, throwing against Obama.
Except the Muslim...
Except
the racism, basically.
Bearing in mind the fact that that Clinton is a white guy from Arkansas. A white Christian from Arkansas. Everything that they could, they tried on Clinton. But just like Obama, it didn't stick. Nobody was buying it. And Monica Lewinsky as well. His approval ratings went up and not down. There was even a joke about it on British television because sex scandals seemed to boost politicians' popularity and approval ratings. This was in the run-up to the 97 election with John Major. So John Major is a man who cares, a man who understands, and a man who has done it with every gorgeous woman in Hollywood several times.
Okay. In that case, I stand corrected. I thought it had a... So, in that case, I stand corrected.
Yeah, so again, the fact that Monica is still you're the girl who shagged the president almost 20 years later, and Clinton is still making millions of dollars a year off books and giving lectures and so forth. Is a double standard, but again, the society in which we live. Going back to what we were talking about yesterday, the fact that if you're the woman, then you're the slut, the whore, etc. If you're the man, high fives.
yeah, there's definitely a bit of that going on. And as just to kind of finish my point. I don't like the media. I don't like the way they behave in general. I don't like a lot of the media, the news media. I don't like the way they sort of hound people, and I don't like the fact that in the grand scheme of things, Clinton and Monica having this affair are pretty immaterial in the grand scheme of things. What is far more important are what are his policies, what is he doing, what is he planning to do for the country. This is far more relevant. So this idea... And I don't want to sound like I'm victim blaming, because she should have just been, okay, he had an affair, okay, move on. But at the end of the day, she must, you can't think that you can reveal this and not expect to be hounded by the media. Even if they're giving you positive or negative press, you know damn well you're going to attract a shit ton of media attention.
Yes. Again, Monica isn't a victim in any way, shape, form or fashion. She made her bed, and now, 20 years later, she's still lying in it.
Yeah, when you consider that what came out of the woodwork as well were multiple accusations against Clinton by women. I think they were all invariably women that had worked with him or for him.
Yes.
And of sexual harassment, and at least one of rape.
But the overwhelming majority of those, when there were Senate committees to hear this evidence against them, what if I told you, Ms. Insert name here, that we now have incontrovertible evidence that not only have you never been in the same room with President Clinton, you have never been in the same city until this day.
So
I had no idea. So they were opportunistic people.
Oh yeah, but again, not only opportunists, people who had been deliberately hunted down by the neoconservative propaganda mongers.
Right, okay. Right, finally, it's Pingay's turn.
Sorry, darling.
It's okay. I'm a bit puzzled more about reading this thing. Is like, first of all, she have done something to every woman. No, she hasn't. She have done a thing to Clinton's wife. That's the only woman she have hurt. So the article is like, oh, so why should we support you, blah, 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 because you are done to every woman, blah, blah, blah. No. How can she do it to any... Is every woman married to Clinton, or what? It's like, so how did you come up with that idea? It was like, well... That's the first thing I thought about it. But then I agree with James. It's more like it has to do with what is feminist. How do you be a feminist? Is marriage something that is important in feminism, or is it not? And so on. So what this article actually say is that feminists are like any other thing, many things. And you have to ask each person, okay, what do you think your type of feminist is, and from that you have to understand what they think and their thoughts and so on. So yeah, and all I think you all have said that you talk too much.
Yes, well the thing is, we only divvy feminists up into radical and moderate, and even then there's misunderstandings as to what we mean. It was recently, I think, extremely boring, made a video explaining what radical because I always just kind of thought that moderate feminists were the actual feminists and radical feminism had almost nothing to do with it. They were just a bunch of nut jobs. But it's more complicated than that, apparently.
No, I don't think it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm speaking as a moderate feminist. No bias or anything. No.
But yes, going back to what Pingay was saying about you, Kimberly A. Johnson insisted you hurt all women. What? Are all women married to Clinton? This goes to a much larger point, which I'm hoping to discuss in a YouTube video sometime in the future. I don't know if we all use Facebook, I'm guessing. I know that Pingay... Yeah. Do you use Facebook as well?
When I remember I've got a Facebook account.
Yes. Have you seen the meme, a photo with a quite swanky dress and the note, dinners at 7, be ready by 6:30, love you, Jonathan? And the meme, every man should do this at least once.
Once a day, that is, isn't it?
But
Sorry. Massive arguments in the comments section between women who, no, I do not want a man to just suddenly announce that, yes, I'm having dinner at 7, wear this like a good little dolly, versus, oh, feminism is destroying romance. If it was a football jersey and the wife was saying, I'll pick you up for the game at 6, here are 2 tickets, oh, nobody would be complaining about that. But still, the fundamental point is, it's what each woman wants. This is the point I'm going to raise in the video. What if a man and woman are in a dominant and submissive relationship, or maybe the woman is dominant. The man puts a little note on a dog collar, put this on, strip naked and put this on, bitch, I'll be back to punish, and crawl into the corner, stay quiet, I'll be back to punish you at some point tonight. That's their relationship. That's what the submissive in question wants. To say that all men should do this, or that, the fact that men don't do this anymore is feminism's fault, it's or men's fault, etc. It's again, Monica Lewinsky, well, this is my definition of feminism, so I feel I was betrayed by feminism. Kimberly A. Johnson, well, my definition of feminism includes don't cheat with another wife's husband, bitch, so fuck you. I think I must misheard your original, because all I heard was the man had cooked the dinner and said it was. That's all that filtered through my brain. That's why I was like, he should do that once a day. Yeah, certainly.
The point of the original meme was take you out for a romantic dinner at 7. Excuse me, I don't want to be dressed up like a dolly and told that I'm going to be taken out. Excuse me, can I choose the restaurant, please? And
screw that. Just choose a man who can cook.
Dinner, I was dressed like a dolly. It's okay.
But.
Just.
But again, it's what each individual person This, again, something I've discussed in previous videos. The fact that because the way our mind works, we are all the centre of our own universe. As far as we are each concerned, our mind is the only thing that exists. We look out from our eyes, and everything else is just information. Other people are just individuals who come and go. So it's so easy to just think that the world revolves around us, but no, it doesn't. So instead of the golden rule, do as unto others as you would have them do unto you, I live by the platinum rule. Do unto others as they would be done by. Ask them, what do you want?
Yeah, I always had a problem with do unto others as you would have others do unto you, because I'm a bisexual sadomasochist.
Yeah.
If I live by the
Alex, can I just make this joke? A sadist is a masochist who lives by the golden rule.
Oh, dear.
I want to point out to Christians, if I obeyed that rule, I would be in prison now.
But yes, and do unto others as they would be done by. So many arguments on YouTube. Well, we should do this to save these poor girls. We should do that. Excuse me, have you asked them?
It reminds me of, I can't remember which comedy sketch it is. It's like, the youth who helps the old lady across the road, and when she gets across the road, she's kind of like, I didn't actually want to cross the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember which comedy sketch it was. And there's a bit more to it than that, obviously, but yeah, it's just...
Yeah, just
doing a good turn for the day. I didn't want to be on this side of the road.
And that's why all the ladies are so angry at me.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we've done everything with this subject. So, going around in the same order, good night from you, James.
May the hamster of prosperity rest upon your heads. Sorry, who...
Oh, no, you plagiarism.
No, that's the thing. I've already done the great holy donkey. I'm sure there's somebody somewhere who thinks, hamster of prosperity. No, we need the hamster of prosperity.
In the spirit of equal time. So Koki couldn't make it tonight, but is with us in spirit. And a good night from Gunderson.
Good night.
And a good night from Dee.
Toodle pip.
And a good night from Pinge.
Yeah, I need a hamster. Yeah.
And it's good night from me.
And it's good night from him.